Okay, so we have some stuff to talk about, you guys, before I get into this challenge. Uh, there's a post by Mike, not Karate Mike. I usually when I say just Mike, it means Karate Mike. Uh, but now we're just talking about Mike, ex Kabam Mike, no longer at Kabam. Um, I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about this. I'm bringing this up just to kind of keep people in the loop because not everyone goes to Twitter. I don't know that I will. I don't know if I doubt I'll be making a video on it. Doesn't really feel right, but at the same time, like I said, I do like to keep people up to date a little bit, at least, of what's going on. So, but I probably won't. I probably will not make a video just because I don't have much more to show other than these tweets that are out there. So I suspect people will be sharing this stuff around. But I am going to read them. So Mike, formerly of Kabam Mike, is saying, "Well, Summoners, it's been a long road, but today my journey ends. As of today, my time with Kabam has come to a close. I know there's been ups and downs, trials and tribulations, but I've loved every minute with every one of you. I am so proud of everything we have accomplished together, from building a thriving Discord and Twitch community to a massive live event at Battle Realm Brawl, and every little interaction and message we had every day in the forums and here. We'll always look back on my time at Kabam and with you all very fondly, but the time has come to move on. I'll miss you." So that's it. That's everything Mike had to say. What's interesting about this is that Mike and I, we both found MCOC right around the same time as one another. For different reasons, of course. Him finding it professionally, and me finding it through some friends that I don't know if I should be thankful to those friends or be mad at them for getting me into this stupid little game. But regardless, when I started playing this game, that was right around the same time that Mike was brought on. It was about a year. It was about a year into. Like, at least I started playing the game about a year after it was released, and I don't know exactly when Mike here was hired. I think it might have been because I started playing in December. That's like the anniversary of the game. I started playing in December, and I want to take a guess, and I think Mike might have been brought in like spring of like the following year, so maybe like a few months later. But who knows? Maybe it was actually right around the same time. All I know is it was pretty close. So knowing how long I've been around here, it's Spring of Sorrow. That's a good way to kind of summarize it, because yeah, sad to see Mike go. The thing about MCOC is, we've always long said that it's about the community. For so much of us, like the game itself, it's good. It's a good game. It's better than 99.9% of all games in the App Store. It is better than a lot of console and PC games and all that too. It's a good game, but there's a lot of of course, there's always a lot of issues with the game, and interest kind of waxes and wanes over time and stuff like that. But the one thing that kind of keeps us all together is the community, and that extends beyond just our own alliances, beyond any sort of YouTube community or Twitch or whatever else. And yeah, that extends to like the developers themselves. And I've watched a lot of developers come and go over the years, because it's been It's been like 8.5 years for me personally at this point. Uh, and there's not many that have been there as long. I'm trying to think if there's any. Like there's people that have been working at Kabam, like, and still working at Kabam, still working at MCOC since day one, since probably day zero, since day negative whatever, like, before the game was released. There are still some of those to my knowledge, but so very few. And just for someone to have been there for, 8.5 years, 9 years, whatever it is, whatever the length of time is, it's a significant amount of time. And to have gone through all of the different ups and downs of the game's history through 12.0 and all that, there's not really any replacing a person like this, you know? So yeah, it's a sad day. Not to hit you guys with a little bit of a downer, but it is it's a sad day. So yeah, Mike will he'll be missed. The first time I met him, I tweeted myself I'll read through it just so people don't have to go to this godforsaken website. Saying, Mike, appreciate you so much. You're really good at your job. I want to say this too. Some people might not realize this, how good Mike was at his job. Good doesn't mean perfect. No one is perfect, and I'd rather have someone that's good than perfect, because perfect is just phony. Because no one is perfect. And I don't want to be coddled. I think some people took issue with some of his responses on the forums at times. And I don't need someone to baby me personally. So I never found issues with the posts. For the most part, at least. There are the occasional posts, over the years where it's like, I disagree strongly with that kind of thing. But just in terms of the general tone or whatever, I never really had an issue with that. And there was so much. I mean, I say most people in the community will never know how much work you put in behind the scenes and how much you supported all the content creators. So most people know Mike as someone that's just on the forums, maybe the occasional live stream in recent times. But I don't know the total inner workings of Kabam. But what I do know is that, he's got to be involved in everything. Has to know what's going on everywhere. So he's like constantly in meetings and all that with all the different, teams. There's not many people that, know this game, at least from the development side, as fully as, Mike did, just from being part of, having to be part of all those discussions and everything. And then from the content creator side of things, there was someone by the name of Thel, Kabam Thel. Some of you might remember Thel. He was, kind of heading up the content creator program and was kind of the go-to person there, and was going to be essentially what Kabam Mike was to MCOC to Marvel Realm of Champions. But of course, that game didn't really take off the way that Kabam would have liked. And, so then once Thel departed from Kabam, Mike was always part of the content creator program in general, from the old days, even before it was really a program, when it was just an experimental thing back when Adora was, spearheading it to the best of my knowledge. She was the one that spearheaded all that. Anyway, but yeah, once Thel left, then Mike really took over, and was, I mean, it's constant. It is, I cannot possibly even express to you guys how constant and how never ending a job like this is that Mike was doing. Because it's messages all hours of the day. I wouldn't go quite as far as to say all hours of the night, but yeah, there were many times where I send him a message late at night and get a response at 5 6 a.m. or something like that. Like it's hours beyond the normal like 40-hour work week. Something that it's probably too much, honestly, but I appreciate how much effort was put in, and I'm just one of the many content creators that I'm sure Mike was dealing with, helping, assisting, however possible. So I say I'll be forever grateful for helping me on plenty of occasions, but in particular, the most recent time at the Battle Realm Brawl, where he knew I was coming in disguise and helped sneak me into the event. Which is true. I really, there was a very high chance. I was not lying to you guys when I said I didn't know if I was able to go. There was a very high chance that I actually could not go. But, Mike kept reaching out and was, seeing if there's any way that, could get me there. And, eventually I was like, well, maybe. And I have this crazy idea. And he put up with me, and there's a lot of back and forth of like, hey, you're gonna have to sneak me into this event because I'm coming in a costume. He didn't know what the costume was. I didn't want to tell them that I was making gigantic heads that looked like myself to sneak me into the event. But yeah, that was part of it. We met in 2016 at NYCC, New York Comic Con, for those that don't know. And the cool thing about it being that long ago is that we both grown over that time. So, let me read the next part here. In your case, most notably, there's been a clear boost in confidence when speaking in front of large rooms of people or hosting content online. Even if it's probably still terrifying on the inside, it doesn't show. So, in the earliest days of Comic-Con, when there was like, they have to... They're like streaming through Marvel and stuff like that, right? So they have to do like live bits, and it's not super long live bits of it's not super long live bits of what they're doing at Comic-Con, but it's enough that like you only have a couple minutes. You have to make it good. All eyes are on you for this time, and it's nerve-wracking. And I could tell, man, Mike just wanted to like puke probably. But then over the years, yeah, I mean, feels like he's natural. I don't know. Anyway, wish you were staying to be missed. There's too much history with this gaming community, and you cannot be replaced. I'll never truly know how the people at Kabam feel about each of us individually, especially after making a video or many videos discussing things I dislike. Which I still feel this way. There's many people that I would consider friends at Kabam, but who knows if they're just being nice to me because that's part of their job. But at least from my side, I consider you a friend, even beyond the Kabam days and into the future. Wish you nothing but the best with whatever life takes you next. That's it. Yeah, so Mike will be missed. And that's that. I guess I don't know exactly what the plans are going forward because, well, they do have Jax in that community position as well. Imagine a lot of the weight's going to fall on Jax's shoulders. Maybe someone else is brought in. I really don't know. He's at Kabam since 2016. Wish him the best going forward. That's an 8-year, 10-year Cam. That's what I was just saying. It's a long time. Crazy, especially in the industry these days. Yeah. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy given to something. And it's just a reminder that nothing in life is permanent. So have fun with the time that we have.